Hello, I'm Derek Winters, author, first-time author, first book, series, They Be Dragons. Book 1, Lemuria, Scorched Earth, is now on Amazon. Book 2 will be out on Amazon soon, and I'm busy with book 3. And this is my second ever video, and this is going to be a reading, my first ever reading. So, Lemuria, Scorched Earth. Preface. In a world torn by cataclysms, wars, and an alien takeover, a family find themselves separated by dire circumstances. 3 siblings, each one driven to overcome near impossible odds and to find some way of opposing the chaos that threatens to engulf them, must seek to reunite with one another. By so doing, they will be drawn into an age-long epic struggle between good and evil. It is a struggle that transcends both time and space and reaches across the worlds, both known and unknown. A struggle that will bring together the worlds of men, elder races, and hybrids for the first time in many millennia. Will they fulfill an ancient prophecy by uniting the elder races, or will they give in to despair and fail? The prophecy. The young elven girl sneaks soundlessly into the sacred chamber, situated deep within the heart of the citadel. This highly revered chamber was a treasure trove of many ancient esoteric tomes and scrolls. Priceless original manuscripts and extremely rare transcripts were secreted away here and intended to be read by only the most trusted adepts and initiates. It also, however, proved far too great a temptation for a bright and curious young mind such as hers to resist. A short while ago she had gained entry to this austere sanctuary by using a master key she had pilfered of Cronlin, the ancient librarian. Now the young girl found herself alone in this ancient hall of records, which stored and preserved more hidden knowledge than perhaps anywhere else in the known realms. Right now in this place a whole world of secrets lay open to her. She shivered in anticipation, suddenly filled with a delicious kind of supernatural awe at the thought of the amazing and enticing secrets she would learn in this place. They were the ancient histories as old as time itself, encompassing tales and accounts of worlds and events, of gods, demigods, angels, and hybrids alike, and of humans. Preserved down the ages, over many thousands of years, from myths and legends and many oral traditions, and discovered in ancient tablets and manuscripts. She wandered spellbound down the aisles and past volumes of work which had so much and promised so little. Nondescript, dusty-bound books, she agonized over the thought that she could easily be walking past one magical tome in particular which would, if opened, reveal the secrets of the universe to her. What to select? The choices seemed impossibly endless. She tapped on an orb to make it glow slightly brighter, and then proceeded to walk past a rack of openly displayed, hand-sketched maps and charts. She paused briefly to examine these and noticed that some lands were thoroughly explored while others were lost continents or islands. Either that or they were purely the product of myths and legends. She wondered whether or not whoever had sketched them had in fact known truth from legend. Perhaps there were all manner of embellishments and deceits hidden in these supposed factual depictions. She had learned over the past few hundred years that the real art of gaining wisdom was for her to be able to discern fact from fiction while still keeping an open mind. In a separately locked-away cabinet, the girl could just about make out tomes and crusty manuscripts of ancient sciences and magic. One tome in particular appeared to her to be thousands of years old, so much so that she could barely make out the title, which vaguely read The 7 Sacred Sciences. Her teacher, Lazon, had mentioned to her once that these sciences were extremely powerful and thus entrusted to almost no one. Humans on Earth were in fact strictly forbidden from acquiring the secret knowledge, and in the beginning of human creation, both Adam and Eve had been cast out from the Garden of Eden for tasting the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Some time ago, Lazon had listed these sciences or crafts to her: grammar, rhetoric, dialect, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. She remembered Lazon's reply in which she had declared to him that these sciences hardly seemed remarkable to her. But they are, young lady. They are a source of great powers of control and manipulation over both people and the elements surrounding us. You probably think that the powers of magic, illusion, and alchemy, pharmakia, should form part of these sacred sciences, and you would be right, but not in the way that you think. You see, these crafts all derive from the core sciences. Do you understand me? She hadn't, well, not completely anyway. But her curiosity never wavered, and she became determined to seek out these sciences for herself. Unfortunately for her, she discovered that these tomes were securely locked away behind thick plate glass, and since she had no key for it, she had to move on to the next cabinet. Suddenly, she began to feel a subtle tug, an eerie feeling that some kind of magic was pulling her to one particular tome. It was a plain, thick, brown, leather-bound tome entitled Human History. Ah, humans, her favorite topic. She never tired of how spontaneous, passionate, creative, and yet utterly self-destructive they are. As she read through the various histories the humans had been taught to believe, she began to realize just how deceived they had been. How a very few powerful elite humans, with the help of fallen angels, had been able to manipulate the rest of humanity. Most of their major wars and societal collapses had been orchestrated by these sinister master manipulators in order to further the ultimate goal of destroying all those descended from Adam, and in so doing, drawing them away from their Creator. After a while she tired of this and skipped to the final chapters of the tome, which were filled with various summations, conclusions, and predictions. One prophecy in particular read like a poem, and for some reason it held her attention. The sailor, soldier, and the slave. So young they are, and yet so brave, giant slayer, dragon rider, the quest will grow ever wider. Body slave, now magic maker, her slaver turns to oath breaker, to reunite and then prevail against such darkness and travail, brought down low, then raised up high, then brought back down to fight and die. They'll traverse through a time so bleak, and in strange places will they seek to unite the elder races. That's the end of part 1 of my book reading. I will hope to do a reading almost every day, but don't hold me to that. Alright, speak to you soon.